Hey guys, what's kicking? It's Claire here with a 30s Cuphead shirt. Don't tell him, alright. Anyway, 2019 was a great year for all of us, especially for the PS4. There were about 900 games that were released, and of those 900 games, about 250 only had less than 2 critic reviews. Can you believe that? Now, here in this video, we're going to be talking about the top 10 underrated PS4 games of 2018, all arranged by provisional PlayScore. The PlayScore is an average of gamer and critic ratings. When a game only reaches the minimum requirement of critic or gamer reviews, it receives a provisional PlayScore. Metal Slug XX. The heights of wartime action in the old generation, Metal Slug's long history took it to the PlayStation 4 in 2018 with a renewed port of Metal Slug 7. Revised and retitled, Metal Slug XX welcomes a whole array of features not present in its first DS outing. Advertised with the explosive enthusiasm of a Gollywood hit, the PS4 port comes with the modern comforts and features like trophies, high-resolution support, and co-op and online multiplayer, albeit with the input lags of the share play system. Not included in many Metal Slug anthologies, finding one of the last games in the series on Sony's new-gen console is a joy for any of those who missed it on the DS. Make use of their 7 playable characters and join them through the 7 branching stages of the game. It's no Metal Slug 8, sure, but it should be good enough with a rating of an 8.59. Coming in at number 9 is DEADBOLT. Far from his usual dark robes and cumbersome Reaper scythe, Death takes on a new noir-like look in this gritty stealth side-scroller from whatoplay Games. They're known for making Risk of Rain, an early roguelike Metroidvania gem from 2013. whatoplay Games doesn't have to veer too far in this 2018 title. Where Risk of Rain mastered the art of explosive action, DEADBOLT, with the same spritey visual, shows off their knack for the quiet and calculating. Play as the Reaper and deal out the afterlife and bloody shootouts that occur between maneuvering round vents, lockpicking, and working in the shadows. Earning a 10 out of 10 on Steam already, the game has earned praise for its level layouts and gunplay that complemented well with the challenge of their gameplay. Alternating between strategy and shootouts, it earns a well-deserved spot on the list with a rating of an 8.6. Number 8 is Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. When we say D&D, we usually imagine a bunch of kids huddled in a table with pens and papers in hand, or more recently, the vast digital worlds based around it. But when all of that gets too intimidating, Codename Entertainment's got us covered with a free-to-play idle clicker. With its simple cartoony visuals, it doesn't look like much, but it hides a layer of strategic gameplay that will challenge your thinking skills. Round up your heroes with their own buffs and skills. Where you place them from within the formation is a huge part of the party's success in many battles ahead of them. Still an idle clicker, you're always free to sit back and relax while they do the hard gold collecting work. Missions also help with the experience, making it more than just an ever-increasing tick of numbers. A deserving free-to-play title with no critic reviews, it has a provisional play score of an 8.65. 7th place goes to Dragon Sinker. Another case of simplicity doing the most, Kemco and Execrate's RPG adventure game harkens back to the past with its nostalgic 8-bit pixel visuals and classic turn-based JRPG-like combat. Covering an epic battle against their world's tyrannical dragon, it plays a little like the Final Fantasy games we've loved before, with just a slew of little improvements to the RPG experience, like boss retries and convenient runaways. Simple as it is, battles have the tendency to be brutal early on. Thankfully, you can have a party with up to 12 companions, leading them all on a journey to sink the camel texting dragon. It's no Square Enix title, but it works well for people looking for that memory gut-punching on their fancy PlayStation 4S. It's even more of a deal knowing it's a cross-buy title that lets you blow off on the dust of your PS Vitas too. It receives a rating of an 8.65. 6th place goes to Fallout Shelter. What started as a mere marketing strategy for the then upcoming Fallout 4 title turned out to be a stellar success for the Bethesda team. Inspired by the visuals of a Fallout 3 ad, Fallout Shelter flattens the nuclear overworld into a 2-dimensional plane and lets you become the overseer of your very own vault, turning the desolate conditions of a post-apocalypse into a thriving, self-sufficient Nuka-Cola economy. It's vastly different from the Fallout's first-person shooting, but standing in the visuals of the ubiquitous Vault Boy, it creates a world that's somehow still familiar for the fans of the series. Rebuilding the population from a handful of hopeful survivors, finding their ideal rules is very important to the survival of the vault, with deathclaws and roaches threatening the peace. Crafted with an array of pets and customizations, this free and addictive casual game took on a life of its own, receiving a provisional play score of an 8.67. Coming in at number 5 is Kingdom Hearts: The Story So Far. Nope, it's not that one. Yet. But with over 14 years and 100 different plot lines between them, it can get a little confusing. Luckily for Square Enix and Disney Interactive's groundbreaking crossover, there is The Story So Far, which kind of aims to give all the fans a story recap that they all deserve. Riding on the hype of the finally coming Kingdom Hearts 3, this collection puts almost all of the adventures of the beloved Keyblade wielders into one convenient package. While there were others before it, and already on the PlayStation, this is the Ultimate Edition, containing 9 Kingdom Hearts experiences, all remastered to fit the bigger PlayStation 4 format. Available at the price of just $40, it's a huge bargain for any fans that don't have the previous bundles yet. A great side-by-side to the massive hype fest that is the third title, The Story So Far gets a provisional play score of an 8.73. Fourth place goes to TerraTech. Making a repeat appearance from the previous PC lists, it looks like Payload Studios' sandbox experience is sadly underrated on the PS4 too. Coming in with plenty of game modes to choose from, TerraTech not only sparks players' creativity with its vast and colorful haven for the imagination, but it also rewards the creativity with plenty of action on the sides. Revolving around the premise of a galactic competition in which you play the side of the Earth, TerraTech challenge you to explore the 4 corners of the planet while protecting them using an army of crazy vehicles. While a little slow on the combat, it does a pretty decent job at satisfying on both ends. What makes it a tad bit disappointing is the lack of co-op play for sharing the world with friends. With hours upon hours of content, it has a provisional play score of an 8.79. Third on our list is Electronauts. Forming the perfect marriage of neon lights, electronic music, and VR capabilities, this casual music game will let you unleash your inner DJ. From virtual reality studio Servios, who created a highly rated hit like Raw Data, and more recently Sprint Vector, you know you'll be getting a well-made title. Played on the PS Pro and the PSVR, Electronauts fully encapsulates you in their bright world, letting you be the helmeted vaporwave dancer that you've always dreamed of becoming. A title that's more for the musically inclined. If you feel a little lost in their world of space DJing, Servios has plenty of specially created YouTube tutorials that will get you through the ropes of the game. With remarkable, crisp visuals and immersive environments, it's the go-to interactive musical playground on the VR with a rating of an 8.98. Second to the last is BRIKS 2. If you thought we'd be done with retro remakes, you'd be kinda right. Because this BRIKS 2, a new and improved sequel to, well, BRIKS, is describing itself as a classic retro arcade game packed with cool animated characters. BRIKS 2 is pretty Spartan as modern video games go. Playing on Taito's Breakout-inspired Arkanoid games, you basically ricochet a ball into an arena, making sure to watch out for these precious power-ups. The same goes for BRIKS 2, with its collection of power-ups that either add more balls into the mix, make them blaze through bricks, or let your paddle shoot back. What's truly mind-boggling though is their thematic arenas and backdrops that range from sexy anime characters, dragon fights, to just the utterly bizarre. No judgment on whoever rated the games though, but it definitely earned its place with a score of a 9.02. Hey, what's up? We would love to see your list of the underrated PS4 games on the comments section below. And before we reveal the number 1, I hope that you guys can check out our website, whatoplay.com. All the lists of the 2018 PS4 release games are there, either in the description box or in this little thingamajigger below. And the most underrated game on the PS4 is Knockout League. Grab Games' boxing game is just the knockout title you didn't think you need. While there are plenty of boxing simulators out there offering mind-blowing graphics and deep career options, nothing quite beats the first-hand experience that Knockout League provides. Played on the PSVR, it might not have the most convincing visuals, but it does amp up the boxing immersion as it lets you train for each fight like you would in real life. Like the Wii Fit days, you're in for one hell of a workout if your jabs and hooks hope to stand against their quirky bosses. You can even translate it to real-life speed, power, and endurance with their Heavy Bag DLC. Fun, cheap, and with the added benefit of a workout, it's the PS4's underrated game with a provisional PlayScore of a 9.09. And those were the top 10 underrated PS4 games of 2018. If you love this video, then like it, share it, and subscribe it to become a certified What to Player. That's it, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.